Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today we're going to be talking about some recent news in the NBA today, as today was announced by Mark Stein and NBA insider Mark Stein and Bleacher Report that the Dallas Mavericks are most likely out on free agent Christian Wood, who played for the Dallas Mavericks this season, only started 17 games, came off the bench most of the season. Did really solid for Dallas, averaged 16.5 points per game for Dallas this season, with almost 7.5 rebounds per game as well. So 16.5 points per game with 7.5 rebounds per game. Shot 37% from three as a big man. Averaged about a little bit over a block per game for Dallas this season, and did really solid. But reportedly, Dallas was not really expected to re-sign him, but it's official that Dallas is officially out on re-signing Christian Wood. Nothing surprising here. Just gonna talk about giving an update on that, and then I want to get into some teams I think that will probably go after Christian Wood this offseason. I haven't really thought about teams in the Western Conference, as I think that's a little hard for me to figure out. I feel like the Kings could maybe make a play for Christian Wood. That's the only team I've really thought about in the West. Maybe the Clippers, but maybe even the Suns either. But teams I think that will for sure be interested in Christian Wood in the Eastern Conference will be teams like the New York Knicks. The Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Chicago Bulls have already been linked to Christian Wood. The Bulls have already been reported that they're interested in Christian Wood, so I don't even have to guess on that. I already know that the Bulls are interested in signing Christian Wood this offseason. So those are three teams that should really go after Christian Wood this offseason: the Cavs, Knicks, and Bulls. But I don't know where I really see him going. I feel like he might go to the Bulls, but he would be a decent fit there. I don't know if he'd be starting. They have DeRozan, and DeRozan I don't know, I think it would make sense if he was a starter in Chicago, because DeRozan kind of played the 4 for most of the season, and if we're going to be totally honest, DeRozan is not a power forward. So let's go with the scenario that they keep LaVine and DeRozan. I know there's speculation they might get rid of DeRozan and LaVine. Let's just say they keep DeRozan and LaVine. And then in this scenario, Christian Wood gets added in. They re-sign Vucevic. So they make big plays in free agency to boost up the front court and re-sign Vucevic and sign Christian Wood. And then DeRozan would be at the 3. Zach LaVine would be at the 4. And then I don't know who would be at the point guard. Ayo Dosunmu is a free agent. Lonzo Ball is... Some people don't even think he'll ever play basketball again. Patrick Beverley's a free agent, so I guess Alex Caruso would be the starting point guard unless the Chicago Bulls make some other move to get in a different point guard in free agency. But if I'm kind of thinking if you re-sign Vucevic and Christian Wood, how much money do you have left to spend in free agency? So I guess Caruso would be the starting point guard in that scenario if Christian Wood were to be signed by the Chicago Bulls. But it's not that huge. It's not big news, because I think no one really thought Dallas was going to re-sign Christian Wood. They want to do other stuff. They want to re-sign Kyrie Irving and maybe make another move after re-signing Kyrie Irving. Nothing huge, like maybe like a little small deal, signing someone to a small deal potentially. Maybe Dallas, maybe doing that, or trading for someone. Like DeAndre Ayton or somebody else, because the Dallas has showed a lot of interest in packaging up some players with the 10th overall pick. We heard something about John Collins yesterday, that the Hawks and the Mavs have talked about a deal for John Collins, and they're also interested in DeAndre Ayton. So it has looked like Dallas has clearly moved on from Christian Wood. And if they haven't moved on in Christian Wood, they wouldn't be interested in players like John Collins and DeAndre Ayton. But not that big of news, but I do think Christian Wood will have a hot market this offseason. I think the majority of teams that will be interested in Christian Wood will be in the Eastern Conference, but I think there might be a couple Western Conference teams that might make a play for Christian Wood this offseason. You guys have any thoughts on on the news in the video. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.